Hello, friends! Again, I've missed you. Let me start by saying I am so sorry for the disappearance that I made. I will get into why I did that and why I'm back. So I appreciate you turning in and listening and finding out why I took a break, quite a long one, from VIPkid and why I am back. So I just wanted to start by saying when I first signed up for VIPkid, I was super excited. It was a few years ago. The company was still relatively new and they were still trying to hire a lot of staff, a lot of tutors for their site. I had a lot of people that also applied, a lot of friends, a lot of people that I referred that didn't quite make the cut, and I was really happy to actually be one of the ones that made it. So when I first got on, mind you, the hours are crazy, obviously, because you're teaching in China. And at times I tend to be a night owl, as much as I don't like it, and I love the mornings and I love the daytime. I tend to find the quiet at night very inspiring and productive for me. So I was like, well, fine, this works great. Instead of being up, you know, doing whatever, reading or working on other stuff, then I'll get on VIPkid and try to inspire some children on the other side of the globe. So I was working like a horse. I would open my schedule the minute that I could, the minute that the classes started at like 5, 6, 7 p.m. And I would open every slot until like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, I can do it. I can do it. I've stayed up late before. I stay up late. I've stayed up late for years. It's fine. I can do it. So I literally would open this chunk of time that was like 12 hours, 10 to 12 hours straight, okay? Every hour I could work until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then if I got a second wind at like say 3:30, I would open a few more slots and be like, I can do it. I can push myself till 4. And I did this for months straight. And I burnt out. I burnt out. That's not the only reason why, but that is one of the reasons why. So I did that for a while, burnt out. I cut my hours back. I tried to rein it in. I tried to get back to a little bit normal and stop pushing myself so much. I was excited also that within a month or two, I started getting all kinds of students. And so I wanted to really take advantage of that and kind of maximize it. Then the burnout came. Also, what happened was I was just screwing up my sleeping schedule, obviously, because of this. My sleeping schedule was so off, so whacked out, that I was literally sleeping until really late the next day. And I wasn't getting anything else done. And I have a ton of other projects going on. I have other work that I'm doing, and I wasn't able to do any of it because I pushed myself so much with VIPkid, and I burnt myself out so much that I was just like unable to function during the day or like a normal person getting up way too late. And it wasn't conducive to a normal life. And switching my whole schedule to start working early in the morning wasn't going to work either, because that was just not going to happen. So that was the main thing. Oh, that was one thing. That was the first thing. Then I scaled back a little bit. And then I noticed that a lot of kids were canceling on the trial classes. When I did have, you know, I was opening my schedule, making all this time, and then I would get a lot of trial classes, and the trial students would end up canceling. And I'm like, I'm sitting here waiting to work, and now I'm getting half pay, and I'm just sitting here. And then I would just literally watch them, like literally half my schedule of like canceled students. So I reined that in more. As I continued to work, I got more regular students, so that was good. But then the kicker was, when I signed up with VIPkid, I was hesitant about taking the rate that they gave me, but I accepted it on the promise that I was given that after a year I would get after 6 months, which is the first first contract, I would get a raise. And if I had done well, if I had, you know, done well as a teacher. And I mean, I had pretty much a 5-star rating, a 5 apple rating as a teacher, and I still do. And I think it's like 4 point something, really close to a 5. But basically when the students see it, it's a 5. It's a 5 apple rating. I'm a 5 apple rating teacher, according to everything they see. So I was really upset that I had gotten to this place, and according to what I was told, I would have had a raise. And then my first contract came around, I didn't get a raise, because I guess they had changed the process of how they determine if you get a raise. And I was very frustrated about that. They, as you now know, they have like this whole rating system, which, so they changed the rating system and determining whether or not you get a raise after before my first contract. So they didn't give me the raise, and then they said, "Oh, the next contract, you'll have a chance again." And I'm like, okay, but screw me once, screw me twice. What's that saying? So the next 6 months contract, they changed it again, and they have all these rules now. And I think it's kind of similar, like my second or third contract, somewhere around there, they put all these like weird like percentages, and you have to have like this many open slots here, and you have to have this. You can check it out, it's on your VIPkid portal. But they had all these stipulations about what you had to do, and it was like very like specific, and it was a way of rating to where you don't understand, like, what does this mean? Like, how do I calculate your calculations, your rating on, you know, whatever this is? I don't understand. So I got very frustrated by it. I had gone back and forth with emails multiple times. I got frustrated over the communication all the way in China, and them not understanding what I was saying, and then not responding properly. And I was just like, okay, you know what? This isn't even worth it for me right now. I have a million other things going on. And so I took a big step back. I had a bunch of other stuff I was doing, worked on that. And I think the break, not just the break from it, but also all the changes they've made lately, made me really happy. Oh, I have to add that another big kicker for me is that they were only paying once a month, which actually ended up only being once every month and a half, because they would calculate your pay for a month, but then they would take 2 weeks to pay you. And I'm like, why am I waiting a month and a half for payment when I'm like working my butt off? I'm like, this is not okay. And I'm like, you know, in the US, it's like every 2 weeks you get paid usually. And for a lot of other work, if you're an independent contractor, you get paid on site, or you get paid within a couple days or a week. So I was just like not happy at all with this month and a half thing. It's just made me crazy. And then the taxes at the end of the year, I was just like, everything frustrated me at the time. So now that I have time to step back and look at it from a fresh perspective after a break, and now that they made the changes, specifically the pay, they made the change in pay to where they are now paying more often, which makes me very happy. I'm excited about that. And then also, they just made a bunch of changes to the portal, which kind of make it easier. And then with the app also, they have the app which kind of like alerts you of like your classes and whatnot. But I do discourage taking a break if this is something you want to do, or you even consider like possibly coming back. Like, I never like full on quit. I just like stopped opening my schedule. So I'm glad that I didn't quit, because now it's there if I want to, if I miss the kids, if I also enjoyed inspiring these children in China where they may not have this kind of inspiration. I enjoyed, you know, sharing like the love of my dog, and how, you know, these are our friends and our family. You know, I don't know if you know about what's going on with China and dogs and cats and the animals, but this was also really important for me. And just seeing their smiling faces and the laughing and getting to be goofy and silly with them, and also teaching them, and just loving on kids and getting to have children in my life, and having something on the side that I could go to, and it was really easy for me. Anyway, I really discourage you from taking a break, because when you do take a break and you come back like I did, obviously your regular students aren't going to be there, and it takes a long time for even people that maybe not be regular but have been booking you every so often, or even for the trials. Like, I think that, you know, VIPkid will help you to even get trials, and if you're gone for a while and then you come back, it's like they're not thinking of you anymore to help send you trials, and then, you know, then you don't have any classes and you open your schedule and you're like, what? And not only that, but they're constantly hiring new people, so now there's more competition, and those people that you would have had you stuck with it are now going to other teachers. So I'm back, and I'm going to be trying out, you know, just different things that I didn't do before, and I'm going to be sharing more here. I have a couple videos that I really want to upload soon and get to you that I think would help, including tips on foods you can eat, power foods to power you through those long days of tutoring, how to be 5-star and stay 5-star, all kinds of tips and tricks to make this job easier, better, more productive, and to increase your value and your income. Also, different opportunities that you can get through VIPkid. So stay tuned. I have a bunch of these videos coming up, and feel free to ask questions and inquire below. And if you need a referral code, I have one for you. I know it looks a lot better coming from a 5 Apple teacher that's been there for a few years, been through a few contracts, and in great standing. That also brings you more opportunities, which I'm going to go into in another video. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Happy teaching. Bye.